This is Money Talks.
Hi, my name is Ibukun Oyedeji, President CFA Society Nigeria. Join me and a host of other financial industry practitioners for Money Talks with CFA Society Nigeria.
Money Talks with CFA Society Nigeria. Let's talk about money. Hello everyone and welcome to CFA Society Nigeria's Money Talks. It's a financial literacy program, SMART. Uzechi is my name. You can call me Captain Smart. This program is open to all to learn about financial literacy so you can better yourself and your skills out there financially. Tonight I have Sudhanshu Gaurav. Sudhanshu Gaurav, who you can call Sud on the program this evening, is the co-founder and CEO of Incash. Incash is an earned wage access provider for employed Africans working towards their financial wellness. He's an experienced professional with over a decade of that in the Nigerian market. His previous works included working with Deutsche Bank's equity research team and coding experience with Cognizant Technologies. He holds the CFA charter along with a bachelor's in engineering degree. And this evening, we're going to be talking about the impact of financial wellness on employee well-being. Again, the impact of financial wellness on employee well-being is a subject of a discussion here this evening with Sudhanshu Gaurav, who has joined us on the program. Sud, good evening to you and welcome to the program.
Good evening, Lagos. I always wanted to say that.
Good to have you.
Thank you for having me.
How are you doing, by the way?
Very well. Thank you so much.
You're enjoying the weather?
Today is hotter.
Welcome. So you can call us on the telephone because it's a fully interactive program. You can call us on the telephone 0700 923 923 923. That's the number to call. 0700 923 923 923. You can also call 0818 444 0923 or just simply send us a message on WhatsApp 0817 313 6193. That's 0817 313 6193. If you have questions or you have contributions to make, you can go ahead and do that even as we're here. Or you can follow on the social media handles of CFA Society Nigeria on their website. That's at www.cfasocietyng.org. Or you can go to LinkedIn, YouTube, X, Facebook, and just Instagram. You can go there at CFA Society NG and get more information or continue the interaction from there even after we have left the studio. So let's get to it right now with Sud right here. Sud, we are talking about the impact of financial wellness on employee well-being. So I want you to tell us, managing your money. You know, people say that money don't bring happiness. Some people say that, and other persons have said, give me the money first. So just let me have the money first, and then you tell me whether it is poverty that brings, happiness.
Correct.
How can managing your money affect your happiness? Can money affect your happiness? Or how can managing your money affect your happiness?
It's a good question. Let me first start. First of all, thank you for having me here.
You're welcome.
I am very happy to be here. To begin with, I want people to learn a little because it's a financial literacy program. I want to first define a financial life of any individual, you, me. It's generally part of two parts. Major. One is earning the money, and then other is managing the money that you earn. Right? A lot of people focus on only earning the money. You should make more, you should make more. Whereas I always give this one example. Before this, we were having the talk on football. I just saw. So I just remembered one example from there. You see, I don't know if you know a player called Flamini.
Yeah.
He used to play fast.
Yeah. Matteo Flamini. Yeah.
Now that guy is today one of the richest footballers in the world. His net worth is more than $10 billion.
Wow.
Right. He did not earn this. He managed the money that he earned while playing football better than others, because we also know of situation of people who went bankrupt and who don't have money to pay even for drugs. So that is a key example of why it is extremely important to manage your money. That's the first thing. Second thing, I want to just quickly give a little bit of a framework to people, like, how to do it. It's not just about saying whether you should do it. It has to be done. But just some basic how it should be done. It generally comes money when you earn. It has to be spent. Everybody in some way.
Yes.
Right? But I'm just giving a golden rule. 3 parts. What is need? What do you want? And what is for future? There's some money which always goes for your needs. Needs means electricity, food, transport, without which you can't live. Then there is some money which you do because you are born not just to live. You're born not just to eat and go to office, right? You also have hobbies, have inspirations. So there's some money which is for what you want, to have fun, maybe play a sport, watch movie, whatever. Those are the bucket of want. And then the third bucket, which is for future, wherein you put your future savings, investments, or saving towards goals, maybe your children education in future, maybe an emergency fund in future, something like that. So these are the 3. A golden rule generally is 50, 30, 20. 50% on your needs, 30% on your wants, but every month 20% should go for future. That is generally the absolute basic thing, and those future can be in anything. But as I will repeat exactly what you said, that people say money can't buy happiness. But money can buy things. Which can buy happiness.
Money can buy things that can make you happy.
Make you happy. And so happiness, again, if you define happiness, what is happiness? Happiness is either being happy or not being stressed, or not being sad. So money can also take down your stress. Money can be there when you need it in an emergency. So overall, money maybe cannot buy direct happiness, but it can do various things so that you so I'm on the other side. Bring the money first.
Well, this is another, they brought another dimension to it now. Whereas there is no shop or supermarket where you can go there and you see happiness on the shelf.
Exactly.
But if I bought a car, a brand new car for somebody, they're going to be happy.
Exactly. And it's everybody's happiness is defined in a different way. Somebody likes to travel. Somebody, for car you just mentioned, somebody might be something else. Maybe somebody gets happiness out of doing charity. Right? So let's not define happiness.
And you need money to do charity.
For everything. How will you do charity? Who's going to talk to you if you go to a charity without money? Then you are the one needing charity if you don't have money. Right?
So Sud,
yes,
since this is what money can do, what then happens if you don't have enough money to take care of yourself and your family?
Okay, let me say, as everybody is earning a certain amount of money. Somebody is earning 1, somebody is earning 100. Everybody is at a different place. The biggest thing that happens when you don't have that money is financial stress. In that time, you have to start now prioritizing because you have lesser money than required. So now most of your effort will go into your needs, what you were just discussing, because you got to live first before you start enjoying it. So it just creates this whole new aura of stress. That's the first thing. Second thing, think about it. Every family, let's talk about a family, the way the structure of a family is. Suppose the head of the family, whoever is there, whoever is earning, right? Your wife is earning. Now let's take the whole family. You're saying you don't have certain amount of money, so what happens? Look at the child. From as basic a thing as it gets, like buying a simple toy, he will not be able to, because it's not a need. To in future, his potential to make money in future, because he won't have access to same education, he won't have access to similar books, similar tuitions. Overall, just imagine, it can be a generational problem. Think about it from that dimension. What money can do if it is not available at the right time, right? Same thing. Now I will take the same thing out. We talk about children. Now let's talk about parents. Like if your parents are with you, their quality of life will be not the same. I mean with their health, because they're older. Access to medical is not there, and it's a need. But you will then say, okay, I can't afford this good one. Let's take this one, or take people to church. It happens, nah? You're laughing.
To pray for them.
Exactly, because praying is free. So I'm just saying it affects everybody in the family, and eventually you start prioritizing on important things in life and overall degrading your life. It's if you sit down and think about it, it's very deep, really, what money, how it can change families. Especially the kid example, I give this to a lot of people.
Yeah. Money is a need, actually.
I think it should be a fundamental right.
In case you're joining us now, we're discussing here the impact of financial wellness on employee well-being. That's what we're talking about here. And my guest, Sudhanshu Gaurav, is the co-founder and CEO of Incash. If you need to talk to us here, you want to ask a question or you want to make a contribution here, you have a recommendation to make right there, you can call the telephone number 0700 923 923 923. That's 0700 923 923 923, or you can call 0818 444 0923. That's also 0818 555 0923. Perhaps you want to also ask Sud how you can get money. I'm sure he knows how you can get it. He's Incash. Actually, I know. If you want to know how to get cash into your life, you can call him. He's the CEO of Incash.
Chat me up on LinkedIn.
He can let you know how you can get money. So Sud, you have been in Nigeria for a while. I'll go this way now.
Yeah.
In local parlance, somebody will just say, you think financial stress they affect person health, both body and mind. Think like that?
It does. I will explain that. It's a good question you asked. You see, mostly when we say, okay, I don't have money, mostly people think that, okay, it is a stress. Generally, that is what it is stress. Or what you pointed out, body as well. Most of the new age diseases are related to stress. Diabetes, BP, and countless more new coming up. Upcoming, the way they have upcoming players in football starting from academy. Yes. Some of them are still starting. They'll come. It is a real body effect that takes care because of stress. And according to research, in employees, we're talking about financial wellness, what you told about. In employees, the research is that the maximum stress an employed person in Africa and in the world has is financial stress.
Wow.
They are mostly stressed because of one financial issue, and it's individual. Somebody is stressed about paying a child fee, somebody is stressed about buying a house. So levels are depending on person to person, but that is the biggest cause of stress. So as you are not managing your money well, as you are not financially literate or financially disciplined, right, it will keep affecting you more and more and start coming from your mind. It will drain. Your mind is on top. You start from there. You start seeping down your body slowly. So overall, I think it affects to a large extent mind, body, and your entire life.
Wow. So you heard there right now, the lack of money can actually affect your body and your mind. It can affect your health. Some of the diseases that you have now may just be attributed to lack of money. And I like that you said if people have money, it means that they can take care of their health and thereby they can even live longer.
Exactly.
They can live longer.
Exactly.
Money can elongate people's lives because you're able to take care of yourself.
Standard of living, number of years you live, access to the best of medical facilities for you, your family. Everything is in a way related, yeah?
That's it. So you find it difficult that sometimes people will fall down and just die. Maybe because they have an underlying illness, they can't take care of it. They're going to the wrong places.
Multiple
because
right?
of no money.
One of the things that is known globally is after a certain age, for example, you should have regular checkups. It's a global thing. After 50, some people say, after 40, some people say after 60. So these are most of these people, because prevention is always better than cure.
Yeah.
So since they are not doing prevention, they don't know what's wrong with them, and one day it suddenly helps. It's also related to money, if you see. If you have an option where money is not an issue, everybody will do it. Why won't you do it? Everybody wants to live. Who wants to die, huh? So at some part, at some part, it is related to money. Whether somebody wants to say it or somebody doesn't want to say it because of various reasons.
It's money related.
It is related, yeah.
0700 923 923 923. That's 0700 923 923 923. Please do call that number. Or you can call 0818 444 0923. I want to ask Sue the question here. I believe somebody will be asking, okay, how can we get this money? You can ask him, I'm sure he will say. But so before those questions come in, how important do you think it is for us to have financial security, like to get some emergency cash to move around as an employee?
Okay. So that's when we started. I spoke about the three things, want, need, and the third thing was save and invest. And one of the buckets that I mentioned there as well was an emergency fund bucket. Now let's just define emergency. What is an emergency financial wise? We're discussing finance. An emergency is a time where you need urgent cash. It may be small, it may be big, but it is needed immediately. Right? How do you handle this? Your question that it is required is absolutely a must. I'm just explaining how to do it. Right? One thing, obviously, as we started to make that emergency pot on a monthly basis, you have a certain pot which only is touched in an emergency, which you define. But apart from that, I wanted to mention two more things, which is more about planning. Number one, access to credit. If you look at companies, when they need, every company has cash flow ups and downs. It's not that the month they have a cash flow low, they will go to a bank and start looking for funds. They run on a line of credit. Right? Whenever they want, they can pick it up from there. Same thing I would advise. You should plan this in advance. If there is an emergency, who can give me that money? Which is one step up. So you have an emergency fund, but obviously you don't know how much will be the emergency. So that line of credit, which is fairly priced. That's what we do at Incash, honestly. Fairly priced access to credit for employees, right? If you have that, or you have an agreement with your bank, or you have an agreement with your employer, whichever one, it's up to you what you can get. But that access has to be there. It has to be defined in some book. Write it. Tomorrow I need 5 million naira. Where will I get? Right? And my pot is just 1 million. How will I fill in the balance for? That's two. But more than that, one thing I wanted to really say. Nigeria has one of the lowest penetration of insurance, retail insurance in the world. People don't get insured here. It's a fact. And this is
free.
Here, and these are the words from the MD of one of the insurance companies. And that's why I'm saying it with confidence. The reason for that is best known to people. But I'll tell you, what is insurance? Insurance is something that sits with you in the time of emergency. Can be medical emergency. If your car gets hit, it's accidental insurance. If it is, say, you're traveling, something happens, travel insurance. If you die, life insurance for your family, for your children's fees, and for future. What I'm trying to say is that is one of the things we should think, why we don't do it, and we should think about it. It takes out so much of your stress for an emergency if you are well insured. Globally, everybody likes to be insured. In Nigeria, only those insurances work that are compulsory by law. Like you have to insure your car. That's who they will do, third party. They're not insuring themselves there. They will do that. And the second is like if there's a company and you have to insure something for by law, only that. So what I'm saying is we should encourage people for the emergency, how to handle emergency. One is by fund, access to credit, and please at least get some form of insurance, whatever. Then you can live free without thinking, right?
Because they think that if I pay all this money, buy insurance policy for insurance company, I'm still going to be careful. Let's say instead of buying comprehensive insurance, I can lock my car up in a compound, a gated compound, and make sure fire doesn't catch it. That if I pay all that money and then 1 year passes and I'm not involved in an accident, fire does not gut my car, so I lost my money.
It does. So it's two ways to think about it, right?
Yes.
So you want to live in perpetual stress? We don't do insurance in our company, honestly. So it's not that it's from me that I'm saying, but I'm just generally saying that insurance as a product, that's what it does. Because you asked about emergency. That's what it does. It stands by your side in any emergency. So not talking about that won't be fair. So you can have as big a pot as you need, right? But it will never be enough for certain reasons, irrespective of what you do.
That's right. You can call this number 0814 0000923. Just very simple number 0814 0000923. In case you have a question for my guest around what we're talking about here today. Money is important. Everybody needs money. Perhaps somebody will be asking, money is not anywhere, we're looking for it. You can know how to find it. 0814 0000923. Or you can just send a message on WhatsApp or a voice note perhaps to 0817 313 6193. So Sud, as we begin to wrap up the program this evening, I want to ask you, do you think that companies should help their staff with financial advice and support? Why should they do that, or why should they not do that?
They should definitely do it. To begin with, that's a simple answer, but let me explain now because most of the employers, even if somebody again says that they should not do it, it's probably again because of money, right? From the employer perspective, I'm saying,
Yes,
right?
yeah.
I will explain why it works for them. All right. Imagine it's me or an employee X who works for you. We already discussed that financial stress, financial indiscipline is the biggest stress in working employees. Suppose there is an employee, he comes every day, he takes his same salary, suppose he gets 100 naira. He's sitting here, not doing anything. You're still paying him. Your productivity, and suppose you have 10-20% of employees like that sitting in your company, because it does not talk with mouth that okay, this one is stressed. But because you're not taking care of it, you're not accepting that there is a problem like this, your overall productivity in the entire company is down. It's a proven fact. If you will Google, you will see that productivity goes down for employees that are not taken care of. Absenteeism increases. So essentially, in a subtle way, I can say, you are losing when you're not doing this. Now again, how to do it? Like, it's so simple. It's not even a big thing. Like, if I have to tell you that, okay, an employer should help its employees get financially literate or have more access to books which talk about it. How difficult is that? You can have training programs, right? There are many agencies that do trainings once a quarter. It's not too much. Once every 2-3 weeks. You can do that in your office, in your say cafeterias. That's option number one. Second option is they can work with various financial wellness programs. Incash, for that matter, we do financial wellness program. We work with employers for that. Incash or many other which are meant for the financial wellness of these people. Third, encourage people to do courses like CFA. You see, CFA as a course is sponsored by many employers. Me myself, I did not pay that. My bank paid. I'm serious. They paid.
Oh wow.
So they paid, and many companies pay. So again, they will become financial literate. Also, it takes the entire finance team up a notch if you do courses as good as CFA. So you can help people by training, by various financial programs, as well as encourage them to do further studies by paying for their fees for those studies like CFA. So yeah,
Wow.
so I think it is a must. If your question was should they do it or not, I think they will see a benefit of money when they help people save their money. Company will also make more money. You will see.
So somebody might just be out there now who will be saying, okay, Sud, beautiful, presentation you have made on the program. We've learned a lot, but this money, since it is very, very important that we have it, because lack of money can cause a lot of problems, including health problems.
Yes.
How do people get money?
So again, what I said in the starting. One is earning. The second one, when we say managing, right? Earning, what can happen? Say, suppose you are a family, you work, your wife works, so those are two sources of income. But what do you do with that money? If your money works for you, that's a third source of income. End of the day, there are only certain sources of income that everybody can have, right? If you're a person, you're coming here to work, I'm going to work, that is my one stream of work. And say my wife or whoever goes, that's the second. That's the maximum you can have, right? But then this is the key. This is the multiplier effect. When your money makes money, where your money makes a compounding effect, what we call it, over a period of time. So it doesn't look much when you start with, But this financial discipline, it just takes to a different level. So I will highly advise everybody to learn, read about various how to invest, save into various programs. And another small thing I want to mention, you see, also investments have to be of multiple scale. Like for example, investment can be done in Nigeria. Dollar denominated investments can be done abroad. It protects certain part of your money from inflation and this. So you basically need to make a program which suits you, and you should invest. That's how you will make more money.
And there's a message popping in here. This message said, Sud, thank you for all that you do. I want to ask, what about people who really want to make money? They want to work, but there's no work. Not that we are lazy, but we want to make money, but we can't find a source of income. That's the question.
So again, you see, it comes to now to employment, right? Now that's earning the money part. Now earning the money, obviously, you either do your own business, for which you need capital, or the other side is you develop your skills, right? And this is a very generic question, right? Because I don't know the person is interested in which field, but suppose you are in finance, we were just discussing, and if you want to work, you have to up your skills. And I can assure you that if you have the skills, there's no dearth of jobs. Me being here, I'll tell you a little background on myself. My family came here in 92.
1992.
Yeah, we've been here for more than 30 years.
Wow.
We've been doing business for more than 20 years. My company, other companies as well, for 10, 12 years have been here. So I can tell you that if a person is talented, in Nigeria I'm talking about, there's no dearth of jobs. Sometimes we are looking for a person who can fit a particular profile for six months, we can't find. Yes. So it's about skill set. So you develop your skill set, you make yourself employable, and sky is the limit.
Wow. Well, I've thoroughly enjoyed what you have said tonight, Sud. In case you're out there, you can continue this conversation with Sud. You can go to the CFA Society Nigeria website and get more insight on all of these things, or you can just go to LinkedIn, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. You can leave your questions on those platforms, and you will not be very far from the answers that you're seeking right here. I know these sort of things, it's better to take them in, taking note and all of that, so you can compare notes with Sud. Actually, we've been speaking this evening with Sud this evening, who has come out all the way from Incash. I told you already that he is the co-founder and CEO of Incash, Sudhanshu Gaurav.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
So
it was great, everyone.
I can look him up and follow him on social media as well. And this evening we've been talking about the impact of financial wellness on employee well-being. Sud, thank you very much.
Thank you
for coming. We've taken lessons. I heard that thing you said. If you just have money cannot buy happiness, or money can get you things that can make you happy.
Absolutely. This is the biggest truth.
Yes, it's the biggest truth. Yeah, it's true.
People who say they don't love money, they love.
Yeah. That's our package this evening.
Thank you.
We're back next week. Do join us at that time. Good evening to you. Thank you for joining us on this episode of Money Talks, hosted by the CFA Society Nigeria. Stay connected with us on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, X, and YouTube at CFA Society Nigeria. Follow us for more financial insight and updates. Keep a date with us next time.